Hello, this is Professor Howard, and I wanted to congratulate you on being accepted to Wentworth Institute of Technology's Computer Science and Society program. In this short screencast, I wanted to walk through a few slides orienting you to the program. In the Computer Science and Society program, we use the tools of computer science and the frameworks from the social sciences and humanities to solve the world's problems. Through this program of study, you will get hands-on experience, lots of practice with critical thinking, and experience with both data analysis and data visualization. You will also develop your communication skills, both written and verbal. You will participate in multiple independent research projects, and, as with all majors here at the Institute, you will complete 2 full-time semesters of employment through our signature co-op program. I'm showing you here the curriculum map for the major, and you can see at the bottom that the entry math requirement is set up for you to be ready to take pre-calculus when you arrive at the Institute. Our pre-calculus course will qualify you to take discrete math, and that opens up the door for you to take courses like algorithms and computer organization. In the middle of this diagram, you can see the computer science courses that are central to the degree, and then at the top you can see our humanities and social science classes, beginning with the English sequence, and then including an array of courses taken focusing on science, technology, and society. Through the middle path, you can see Introduction to Computer Science and Society, 2 studio courses, and then the capstone class. These 4 courses are really the heart of the major. So, as you can see, you'll be taking 9 classes in computer science, 10 classes in humanities and social sciences, and 4 co-taught classes taught by faculty from each area that bridge these fields. Here are the computer science classes that you'll be taking, CS 1 and 2, and from there you move into Introduction to Networks, Computer Organization, Data Structures, Databases, Algorithms, and 2 additional computer science electives. On the humanities and social science side of the house, you will take Science, Technology, and Society, History of Technology and Society, Science and Technology Policy, which is a political science class, Technology and Economic Development, which is an economics course, Social Science Research Methods, which was developed by our sociology professor, an ethics class, and 4 additional selected electives. These courses were chosen to give you an array of experiences in each of the various disciplines that we offer here at the Institute. So you'll notice that you're taking an economics class, a history class, a sociology class, a philosophy class, so that you can really get that broad-based knowledge. So putting this together with those fundamental skills you will have developed in computer science, you can use your computer science skills to tackle lots of different kinds of research questions and carry out that analysis through the frameworks from these different fields in the humanities and social sciences. The bridge classes that are co-taught and make up the core of the major start off with Introduction to CS and Society, and here you get a basic orientation to the field. You will also work on some group research projects and practice making a poster and presenting your research. So that'll be undergraduate independent research in your very first semester. In your sophomore and junior years, you'll take the Computer Science and Society Studio twice, once each year, and that lets you work a little more independently. So you'll be working on a semester-long project, really digging in, focusing on a specific tool or a method, but you'll still be working closely with faculty supervision. In the capstone project completed during your senior year, that will be a semester-long group project where you'll be focusing on a topic chosen by your group, so student-led choices. And there, the faculty will guide you, but a little more hands-off. So you'll be making a lot of your own decisions, but we'll be there to back you up. You'll also have the opportunity to practice agile project management, which is a skill that is in high demand with employers these days. So we want you, when you go out onto the job market, to be ready to talk about not only how you've used the Agile process, but how you have documented that work and to be able to speak about that quite confidently. I wanted to tell you a little bit about the class we offered last semester. So this was last year's class in fall of 2021. For the Introduction to Computer Science and Society class, we focused on the problem of climate change. So we wanted to study the big picture of this topic, and we wanted to analyze lots of different texts and various sources. Then we wanted to visualize the data that we had analyzed. So the technology that we used for this class was Microsoft Excel as a starting point, and after that, the Pandas library for Python. Students worked in teams, learning how to collaborate, and at the end of the semester, they presented their own research posters, one for each team. So the types of questions we were looking at had to do with pollution. We thought about the ways that the Earth has been affected by pollution from coal and natural gas and oil. And we also thought about the impact of this on our systems and environment. We took a local approach to this as well as a global one. We went out to Boston Seaport to take a look at some of the development that's gone on there in recent years, because Boston Seaport is the site of lots of very expensive development that was carried out in recent years in an area that is zoned for and predicted for flooding due to climate change and sea level rise. So that's a very controversial topic, so we had to get out there and take a look for ourselves. The process that we used in the introductory class, we thought about how to frame this in terms of data analytics. So really it was a course in introductory data analytics for beginners. We thought about exploring, cleaning, analyzing, and then visualizing our data. I wanted to show you a couple examples of what we did. Here was our first day working with the Pandas library for Python, doing very basic data exploration. Here we are importing our files and learning how to understand what we were looking at. We were then working up to making selections. So we were filtering our data here, printing out all the incidents that were not tagged as a CAL FIRE incident in this case. Here we were cleaning our data. We were deleting rows with missing values. And then by the end of the semester, we were making charts and graphs. So we were plotting graphs between the two columns. And then we were also setting the size of our figure with width and height. And as you can see, the Python language is quite user-friendly, particularly for beginner programmers and for people who are doing things with humanistic data and people who are making data visualizations. So this is just a natural fit. This is one example of a research poster that a team of students did. I blocked out their names for confidentiality, but this was their poster at the end of the semester. You can see the data visualizations that they created, so those 3 charts. They also made some maps using GIS software that you can see that in the upper right-hand corner. So for a first semester project, this is what we were working on. This coming fall, we're going to shift the topic a little bit. We're going to keep the same framework for the course. We'll still be using the Pandas library for Python, but we're going to pivot our topic to think about global poverty. And the questions we're going to ask include, what metrics do experts use to study poverty in the United States? How do these metrics compare to the way we study poverty all around the world? So we will explore the nature of poverty as lived experience, as a data problem, and as a challenge for the future. And this topic actually was inspired by the class I co-taught last year with Professor Pham, and he's from Vietnam, our computer science faculty. And one day we were talking about poverty, and I was talking about poverty in the United States because that's what I study as a historian. And he said, you don't really understand what it is to be from a country where people struggle just to survive. And I thought about that, and I thought, let's turn that into a research question. So this type of comparative analytic is what we're going to be doing. So questions like, how do we measure poverty? So on the left, Boston, Mass and Cass. Some of you may be familiar with Massachusetts Avenue and Melnia Cass Boulevard the site of homeless encampments that were recently cleared by Mayor Michelle Wu. And then on the right, a scene from just a few years ago, the slums of Bangladesh. So we can ask this question: what is the same and what is different in these pictures? How is the human experience of poverty similar and different? In terms of career outcomes, this is one of the newest majors here at the Institute, but the envisioned career paths include market research analysis, technical writing, survey research, computer programming, software development, web development. But beyond that, positions in all types of nonprofits and government agencies, creative industries, anywhere hiring people with computer science skills and essential skills in research, analysis, visualization, and communication. Also, positions within technology industries that bridge that gap between programmers and the rest of the team. So if you have questions for us after watching this brief presentation, I am happy to answer any questions you might have. I know you're making lots of important decisions at this time of year. I would be interested to hear more about what you're excited about studying. If you want to reach out and talk to me to get more information on the program, my email is listed on this slide, howard.e@wit.edu. As I mentioned at the beginning, I'm Ella Howard. I'm an associate professor of history here at the Institute. And I just wanted to reach out and share this information with you. So please do let us know if you have any questions. And in any event, thank you so much for your interest in the Computer Science and Society major at Wentworth Institute of Technology.